guys, so today we're going to do a video about our evolution of how we've built the gym or the pain cave throughout the years.
When I moved in, it was 1 month before lockdown, so we decided to turn our basement of the house that we were both living in together into a gym.
Let's head on down to the Spencer Barlow and Erin Pancake crib. This is where the real magic happens, is in this room right here. So, bear with me, here we go. The pancake. As you come in, you see just life and energy and excitement. So we got the bike, number 1. This is the first edition. And then I got bike number 2. Erin, gonna zoom in on that bike right there. Boom, that's the tri-bike. Erin got me that as a gift. No, I'm totally kidding, she didn't do that. That was Erin's gift from me to her. But yeah, we got the treadmill here, and then over here is where we do all the strength training. So we got the squat rack, the plates, we got the mats, all the dumbbells, the bench and bars and ab rollers and the game plan. And that's pretty much about it in the pain cave. Everything that we need to be successful. Thank you for joining us. But now I have to say goodbye and get on out of my pain cave.
And we had all of that in one tiny little basement room. And we spent so much time down there through COVID that it kind of became our pain cave. And it got to the point where as soon as your roommate moved out and his room became available upstairs, we just had so much stuff in that one tiny room that we decided to split it up into a cardio room and a weight room.
The reason why we had to do that is because the treadmill wouldn't, we sold the old treadmill and bought a new one, and it wouldn't fit in the basement.
Oh yeah, we couldn't get it down the stairs.
So it was meant to be that it had to stay up there. So that became the cardio room, and then downstairs in the basement was all the weights and stuff like that.
And it was kind of a joke because our whole house kind of turned into a gym.
So we outgrown our house. We finally were able to get into the market of purchasing a new home. And one of the big things that was very important to Erin and I was making sure that we had a garage. That was a big thing that we were looking for. You know, we're able to put everything all in one space. One side of the gym was all the weights, and the other side of the gym was all the cardio equipment. But the downfall with the garage gym, it still felt like a garage. It was still very like dirty. We still had the, you know, all the old owners stuff. They had like a workbench area in the corner and cabinets and stuff, and it was just kind of like all roughed in. But we dealt with that for about what, a year and a little bit we've been here. Yeah,
well, I think the biggest thing was the temperature regulation too. We were used to having the gym in the house, which was obviously temperature regulated, and I think the biggest factor why we decided to renovate the gym now was because I froze all winter in that gym to the point where I had to move my bike inside because it got so cold in the garage that we actually couldn't even train in there.
Yeah.
So then we wanted to insulate it, and that was kind of like what just started this whole entire project.
I've started a project, so we're going to be redoing the whole garage. We're going to get the walls all insulated now while the nice weather is around, but I've currently taken almost everything off the walls. I've moved all the exercise equipment into the middle of the floor. I'm going to cover this with some tarp. So this will be my project for the next month or 2. I have Rob giving me a huge hand, so he came this morning to kind of measure things out and get an understanding of how much material we're gonna need. But yeah, it's gonna be quite the project for the next little while, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll take you along on the ride as I get it done. All right, day 1 is a success. Found out that I do not need to do this wall. So this wall is already attached to the house. And with that being attached to the house means it's already insulated. Yeah, good first day, I'm happy with that. All right, Rob, so what are we doing today?
We're gonna drill a bunch of holes and run some wire so you can plug things in.
Perfect.
You got a lot of toys that need plugging in.
Yeah.
We're gonna plug them in.
Yeah, so this is day 2 of work on stuff. I just got back from the dump, took out all the drywall out of here. Luckily it fit in my car, but we're still unsure about this wall, if we're gonna take down all the drywall. So see what I did, Rob?
Yeah, I see what you did.
This with the hammer, because there's this board here. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
Even if we leave it, that's easy to fix.
okay, I just mud it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put a little bit of fiber tape on it and it's fine.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. All right. Rob's putting in some holes.
So let's see what I did here. I'm gonna fit you in there.
Okay. All right, so vapor barrier. Rob had a good idea. I wasn't thinking straight. I was like, why don't we just put them up vertically along the slats? But he's like, why don't we just take the whole roll it out to the whole entire garage length.
Why don't we do it the proper way?
Proper way. Hey, rookie, this isn't my field. All right? I work in construction with big, heavy machinery. This is not my world. Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm going to be building a platform for our squat rack, as you can see behind me here. So the platform is going to be built with shivs in it on a 1-inch slant, I guess you could say. So my garage, it has a bit of a decline. So from the very beginning of the garage towards the house, all the way to the garage door is about a 3-inch drop. But where our squat rack is going to be placed is right by the garage door, and I measured out 8 feet towards the house, and it's about a 1-inch drop. So I found a video online how to build this platform with the shivs. So it's going to be 8 by 8. The way that they give you the information and instructions on how to build the platform, the lifting platform, is pretty bang on. So I'll reference that over here. The reason why we decided to do a platform in our gym was because we were originally going to do cement, like self-leveling cement, and do the whole floor. But the cost to do that is just, it's so expensive. This is just a cheaper way to level out just one section that we really need it to be level. Just so like safety for our health of our body. Like you don't want to be training on an imbalanced floor if you're lifting heavy weights, deadlifts, squats and stuff like that, and one side's taking more load than the other. So it's important to have that balance. All right, all the pieces are cut, but this is what it's gonna look like. So we're going a foot increment for each of the boards, and there's 2 of each because there's gonna be 2 shivs built side by side. And so the shivs are going to go this way up the driveway. So one here. And then once the shivs are constructed and put together, then I'm gonna use these 2 pieces of plywood right here that are actually gonna go towards the wall, and then they're gonna be all sealed together. Rob's here. There we go. What's the game plan today, man?
We're gonna slam in some drywall.
Slamming some drywall.
Yeah.
It up. All right, today's a wrap. So we did the whole wall, all the drywall has been put up. Built the lifting platform this morning, so that's all, well, pretty much 80% done. So Erin's gonna be cleaning the board up, staining it. We're gonna be putting our Bar High logo, BHE logo on there. And then, yeah, we gotta do some mudding now and taping. So that's gonna be a couple day process. Gotta fill all the holes up with some mud and sand everything down. and then we'll move on to painting it. But today was a really good day. We got a lot done. And then next time Rob comes, we're gonna also be putting some more pot lights in, so. All right, that's a wrap for today. Peace. Hola, I am back in the garage and I'm about to do my first layer of priming. So be my first time ever really painting something start to finish by myself. But the gym has come along quite well. Rob has done a phenomenal job. I'm super grateful for all his hard work. So he did this whole entire wall here, start to finish. Helped him out with a few little things, but drywall, mud, sanding, etc. And then, you know, because I'm new to this kind of work, I did the other side here. So I did some patching up on this side. Got my prime paint. This is what I'm gonna be using for the walls today. I was in here until like 10:15 p.m. last night, finishing up these walls. So far, I'm pretty happy with how I've done. Yeah, so we're gonna do the border, and I'm gonna get the wall. So we gotta do 2 coats of paint. So I'll do a coat today, then do a coat tomorrow. Get crackers. All right, so I just painted all along down there because it was just the exposed brick, and I think it looks pretty good. We were gonna buy like a border or something like that to put in there, but I was like, okay, let's just paint it, keep it as is. But now I'm putting in the floors, the rubber mat floors. I want to get the mats down, see if I have enough mats to fill the floor, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Good morning, everybody. It is officially June and the garage is looking more and more done every single day, and I'm so excited and so happy. Today, a very exciting project is that I'm finally going to paint the logo on the lifting platform that we've created. So this is the stencil and I just want to line it up. I'm gonna tape the board and then use an X-Acto knife to cut out the stencil. Then we're gonna tape everything down and then I'm gonna spray paint. So this is what it's gonna look like. Okay, so the logo is cut and printed, and this is what it looks like. Looks good. I'm going to prime this board here with some of the leftover wall paint primer, and then I'm gonna do 2 coats of that to hopefully stop the bleeding through, because it is plywood, so it's probably gonna bleed a lot. But anyways, so I'm gonna do 2 coats of primer and then I'm gonna do the spray paint and be done. How are you doing, sir? You're cutting mats is no joke. It's very hard. Okay, I think I'm ready to take this paint tape off and reveal the logo and see if it worked. Okay, it's official, we're done. This is what it looks like. Looks super good. So now all I have to do is put some poly on top tomorrow. But it looks so good. It is the final day of platform prep and I'm so excited. Spencer's been starting to move stuff into the gym, as you can see. It's gonna start to look like a real gym. I'm so excited. So I'll show you what I've been up to. I'm putting poly on this board. So that's the difference so far. Looks super good. Okay, we are officially done. I'm super happy with how this turned out. This just totally makes the whole entire room come together. So here it is. Now all we have to do is put black mats on either side, and then the only thing that we'll be showing is this centerpiece, and it looks awesome. Welcome to the Pain Cave. So we're gonna start off by breaking it back down all the way to the beginning of when this was a shell of a garage. And one of the first problems that we were having was temperature regulation. It was getting extremely hot in here in the summer and very, very cold in the winter, to the point where we didn't even want to be in here. So the first thing we did was we got these new beautiful garage doors. We made sure that they were the highest insulation possible. So I think our R value, which is the level of insulation, was 18, and we got double paneled glass, which is supposed to help with the cold coming in. So the new garage doors made a huge difference because there was no air seeping through the sides. So it was all sealed up, and I feel like that is probably one of the best things you can do in a garage to help with the temperature regulation, is getting new garage doors. So that was project number one. Then we had the issue of this wall here not being insulated. So a lot of heat was escaping in the winter. And lastly, we got a heater for the winter. So if you come over here, we got this on Amazon. We'll link all of this stuff in the description as well. But we got this heater here for the winter. In the summer, it's nice to have some fans. So Spencer got us 2 new fans here for the bikes and also the treadmill, and they rotate so you can kind of point them to wherever you are. And they're remote controlled powered. So we've got these little remotes here that can control the fans without having to go up and reach them and adjust them and stuff like that. So that's been really nice. And also it's super nice to have a garage gym in general. Being able to open up the garage doors and get a breeze coming through. We've got the back door here and the garage doors here, so you can get some really good airflow in when you're doing your workouts.
Yeah, so in the future, I would like to install a mini split, because during the wintertime and the summertime, you know, yes, we have a little small heater, but the summertimes, it still gets pretty warm in here.
That's not perfect.
Yeah, and all the fan does, it just blows around the warm air. So eventually, our next little project will be to install some sort of AC unit, mini split unit in here. So I am really looking forward to that. But right now, the summer hasn't been too bad.
Okay, so the one thing that we're still working on figuring out in regards to temperature regulation is how to keep it mold free in here, because it gets very humid. So what we did is we got a dehumidifier, and for now, that's pretty much our only tactic.
So with ripping down the walls and everything like that, I wasn't even thinking about this when we were doing the reno, but Rob had made a suggestion about installing new pot lights in here, because we only had a few. We were using the garage door opener lights, and then there's this middle one here. So we ended up installing 6 more pot lights, LED pot lights into the ceiling, which has really brightened things up, especially like if you're working out in the morning, it's still dark out. And then we also get the ambient light that comes through the frosted windows, which is nice. Once we got all that stuff installed, we went back to F45. They were having a little sale, which is great, on their gym floors. So we ended up buying more gym floors. I think I bought it like 12 more because I had a bunch from the old house. So they're about 2.5 inches thick, which is nice. And so far, so good. I don't know how they're gonna feel in the wintertime if we're walking in here barefoot, if it's gonna be super cold, but I feel like having something on your gym floor will help with some of the temperature within the room.
After we fixed up all the bare bones stuff, we wanted to make it feel like a gym. We spent many hours painting. Spencer picked out the color. It's iron ore, so we didn't want to go with a fully black because we felt that would be too dark. It actually did turn out a little bit darker than I would have liked, but we wanted to keep it cohesive and do all the walls and the ceiling. And I feel like it looks like a gym in here now.
So a few things to add to Erin talking about us painting the walls. The iron ore paint is a little bit fragile, so I ended up buying these plastic panels to put behind the wall just to protect the wall, because I don't know what it is, if it's the temperature within here. Like the paint that we got was either like for a more internal, like in the house type paint. It just chips really easy, I find. So that's just something to just be aware of. If you do go with this paint color, try to make sure to get it like on the more durable side. So yeah, we got these plastic panels and we put them in places that things will be coming on and off the wall. Just to protect it.
The next thing that we wanted to figure out was storage, because we do have a lot of stuff, a lot of training stuff. And our goal, specifically Spencer's goal, was to have nothing on the floor. Because 2 years ago, when we first moved in, we had a lot of stuff in here and a lot of it was scattered all over the floor. So we actually lost a lot of the floor space in here. What Spencer's done is bought a lot of different holding devices to put on the walls to store equipment. So we have this for our hex bar, and then we've got all of this wall storage. This is also from Amazon for all of the weights and bands and stuff. We've got the bars on the wall. This bench can also be put up on the wall. So again, we're trying to clear the floor as much as possible. And then we've got our bike storage over here. So this can fit, I believe, 4 bikes. Right now we have 3 up here, but this is a way to kind of like get the bikes out of the way in this little section here. So we actually kept this pegboard right here. And we were gonna rip it down, but we figured that by painting it would kind of like give it a little refresh compared to what it used to be. And it looks so good, and I'm glad we kept it on there, because now we still have the ability to put some stuff on the walls, like helmets and whatnot. So that turned out really well. I'm glad we painted that. Something that Spencer really wanted to do was get the surround sound speakers so that we can really have a lifting sesh in here. And they just automatically connect to our TV, where we have our Spotify already all pre-connected and everything like that.
All right, so something else that was very important was putting more plugs. So we only had this plug originally in the middle, and Rob suggested that we put more on the wall. So we bought a pack of 10 from Amazon, and we ended up putting them pretty much everywhere, 2 at the top, a few at the bottom, and a few more in the middle, because there was plans of, like I said, putting in the fans, putting the TVs, the speakers and stuff like that. So having the additional plugs has been great. All right, guys, so talk a bit about the equipment that we have in the gym. We got the Concept 2 rower. I've always wanted a rowing machine. The fact that I am now doing high rocks and Erin will be doing it in the future, having one of these in your house is great, especially if you're injured. It takes a lot of the impact off the feet. The Soul F85 treadmill. So we ended up buying this brand new, and I've absolutely loved it. It has a decline -6, which is really cool. And then it goes up to +15 for the incline, which is awesome. And another benefit with this treadmill too, it is 2 inches wider than regular treadmills. Because I am a bigger guy, having that little bit of foot space on each side of the treadmill has been a huge bonus. And then our pride and joy is the Zwift setup here. So we have the 2 tables with our laptops on. We watch our Netflix, listen to music or whatnot, and do our Zwift workout. So it's been pretty nice having this set up. It's super convenient. Just push a couple buttons and everything's on. All right, so let's move over to the weight training area. This is a new piece of equipment that we just got from Bells of Steel. I did find this on Facebook Marketplace, and it was such a great buy because it's got 4 different pulley systems. So you have 2 in the middle, 2 on the side, and then it's got the storage for the plates. So this was a big issue in the old gym. We used to have a plate rack over in the middle of the floor, and it was just very inconvenient. It was in the way. So when we had purchased this, it had these storage plates already and some for the bottom. And the really nice thing as well with this pulley system and squat rack, so it's called the all-in-one, it goes up to 210 pounds for the actual pulley system in the back here, which is pretty sweet. And then we have all the attachments. And then moving over to the accessory wall, you know, you gotta have your barbell clips. Just got this new plated vest for walking on the treadmill or when we go out. So it goes up to 20 pounds. This one here, you can change the weight in it if you want to get heavier ones. And then all our bands and other accessories like that. The EQ bars for dips and rows. And then I just got these new bad boys here. They are my kettlebells, my monkey kettlebells. So we have the Wolverine in the back, which is 60 pounds, 62 pounds. And then we have the 2 monkey ones, and they're a little bit less weight. And then bench and some dumbbells. So we made sure that everything was laid out where the floor wasn't over-consumed by equipment. So there's enough room to do walking lunges, burpees, or any other sort of thing. I could even skip in here, which is really nice. Oh yeah, so we have like the F45 box. Like I said to you guys, the luxury of working at F45, you get the hand-me-down. So we got the mats, and then we got the box here, the half Bosu. I got some battle ropes in here, some other gym equipment. We got a sandbag from them. Yeah, so a lot of neat little things that we're able to accumulate from them. So thank you, Justin and Andy, for helping us out with our gym rebuild. So yeah, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. But huge thank you to Rob for all his help and time and effort to help build this gym. It means the world to Erin and I. That's it. We're signing off. Time to go smash a bike workout.
See ya.
Peace.